Hello, BTS lovers! Is this really the case? Two BTS members, Jungkook and Jimin, who were previously thought to be splitting up after enlisting in the army, apparently stayed together in the same division. Not only that, shocking news circulated that they would complete their military service sooner than expected and even plan to collaborate after discharge. But is all this true? Or is it just speculation among fans? As news of the BTS members' enlistment began to emerge, many fans wondered what each member's fate would be like. Jungkook and Jimin, two figures known to have close ties, are rumored to be placed in different locations. However, when the official placement list was announced, the public was shocked by the fact that both were actually placed in the same division, Division 5. Rumors about their possible separation before the draft had time to grieve fans. Because BTS is known for having strong chemistry between its members and their togetherness offstage is often in the spotlight. Jimin and Jungkook, as the two youngest members, have a relationship that is often referred to as brother and sister by fans. Therefore, many thought that their separation in the draft would be a heavy blow, both for them and for the army. However, the conjecture was quickly broken. When the official announcement came out, it was seen that Jungkook and Jimin were both placed in Division 5, something that is very rare for two members of the same group. This fact immediately became a hot topic of discussion among fans. Many speculate that this decision was not a coincidence, but rather a special request from both. However, is this really so? The news was immediately picked up by both. Despite being in a tight military environment, Jimin and Jungkook reportedly gave a brief statement through their representatives. In the clarification, they confirmed that the decision was entirely military policy and not due to personal demand. "We stand ready to carry out our duties as South Korean citizens and will do so with full responsibility," they said in a statement. However, there is one more thing that makes the public even more curious. Recently, it was reported that Jungkook and Jimin had planned a major collaboration after completing their military service. This news comes after an internal Korean music industry source revealed that the two BTS members already have a joint project in preparation. If true, this will be their first collaboration after almost 2 years of absence from the entertainment industry. The source also mentioned that this project is not just an ordinary song, but a work that is touted as a form of celebration of their freedom after serving in the army. Will this be a duet between Jungkook and Jimin, or something even bigger? On the other hand, their temporary separation from the entertainment world during the draft was also marked by various emotional moments. Jungkook and Jimin, accustomed to performing on stage and interacting with fans at all times, now have to live a military life full of discipline and limitations. Some reports mention that the two of them are often seen supporting each other during training, something that is not surprising given their closeness since the beginning of the debut. However, is it true that while in the military, they can still maintain the relationship as before? According to some sources, despite the very strict military environment, the friendship of the two still looks close. Jungkook and Jimin were often seen training together and even encouraging each other on various occasions. Returning to the plans for post-enlistment collaboration, this news was further reinforced by the statement of a well-known music producer who said that the project is in the serious planning stage. If true, then the army can expect something very special after their conscription period ends. Does this mean BTS will slowly regroup and prepare for a big comeback? Jungkook and Jimin are scheduled to complete their military service in June this year. As the time draws near, speculation about their next move is growing. Some observers of the Korean music industry believe that this collaboration could be the start of something bigger, perhaps even a sign that BTS will soon reunite on the global music scene. Amid various speculations, one thing is certain: Jungkook and Jimin's return from military service is a highly anticipated moment for fans around the world. Will they really present a big surprise as rumored, or is this just the beginning of something bigger in the future? All eyes are now on them, waiting for a certainty that only time can answer. The story of Jungkook and Jimin in the military is still a hot topic. With the time fast approaching towards June, a month that many fans are looking forward to, question after question keeps popping up. Are they really planning a big project? Is this collaboration just speculation, or will it really happen? And most importantly, how did they interact during their time in Division 5? Since the beginning of the military service, many reports say that Jungkook and Jimin showed extraordinary zeal. Several sources from fellow soldiers who served in the same division revealed that the two not only adjusted well, but also often supported each other. In fact, there are reports that they become motivators for their peers. A soldier who served with them in the 5th Division said that Jungkook was often seen helping Jimin during heavy physical training. Jungkook is very strong. He is used to intense physical training. When there is running or weight training, he often makes sure Jimin is fine, he said. However, make no mistake, Jimin is also not a person who gives up easily. Jimin always tried to catch up and never wanted to be a burden to others, the soldier continued. However, that's not all that makes their stories interesting. There are emotional moments that are rumored to occur during training. One of them is when they experience training in heavy terrain and have to undergo survival challenges for several days. A source said that during the training, Jungkook and Jimin often shared meals and strengthened each other when fatigue hit. There was one night when all the soldiers were exhausted and Jimin looked very tired. Jungkook secretly gives away some of his food rations to make sure Jimin stays energized. It was a small moment, but very touching, said an eyewitness. Not only that, many are curious whether they still sing BTS songs while in the military. The answer? Yeah. Several soldiers revealed that there were times where Jungkook and Jimin sang BTS songs spontaneously, especially when they were resting after grueling training. One time, the two of them sang Magic Shop slowly during a break. It makes the atmosphere lighter and gives encouragement for all of us, said another soldier. With all these stories, it's no wonder that fans are increasingly eagerly awaiting their return to the entertainment world. And rumors of their collaboration were further amplified when some industry insiders mentioned that Jungkook and Jimin were already discussing a music project they would work on after being discharged from the military. A well-known producer, who declined to be named, leaked a bit of information that Jungkook and Jimin were planning something very special. This is not just an ordinary project. They wanted to give something that would describe their journey in the military and how this experience changed them, he said. Some have speculated that the song could be related to their feelings during their time in the military: hardship, friendship, and hope. In fact, some army began to suspect that the song would have a deep meaning, perhaps like Spring Day, which had a strong emotional message of togetherness and separation. On the other hand, many are wondering if this collaboration will be the first step towards BTS's return as a group. Currently, all BTS members are undergoing military service and are scheduled to get back together around 2025. However, if it is true that Jungkook and Jimin will be releasing a joint project, this could be a sign that BTS's return will be sooner than expected. Although there has been no official statement from HYBE or Big Hit Music, the enthusiasm of fans has been huge. Not a few are hoping that this will be the beginning of a new era for BTS, where they come back stronger after completing their obligations as South Korean citizens. However, amid all this speculation, one thing is certain: Jungkook and Jimin will complete their military service in June this year. And after that, the world will see how they move on to the next round in their careers. Will they really surprise the world with a new musical project? Will they share more stories about their experiences in the military? Or maybe this is just the beginning of something bigger